What is going on, everyone? Happy Saturday. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. Today we're going to be talking about why I am bullish on Solana ecosystem overall. So if you're tuning in right now, go ahead and smash that like button for me, and go ahead and smash that subscribe button if you are brand new to the channel. I don't know, it looks like the market's having a little dip today. Let me go ahead and pull out the live stream on my phone in order for me to go ahead and read all the comments. And hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on the time that you're watching this stream. Let's go ahead and get the chat up and rolling. It's been quite a hectic market, right, to go ahead and say the least. Seems like no big YouTubers actually streaming today. I've actually realized that. Maybe they might live stream later on today, but I was actually trying to tune in to some other influencers, and it seems like everybody's either taking a break today or something. I was actually watching Alex Becker's one of the latest videos. Actually, pretty good video he just posted. How's it going, Ryan? Hope you're having a good one today, bro. How are you doing today? MMG about to pump. Let's go ahead and take a look at MMG. Let me go ahead and pull out my live stream on my phone. That way, so it could be easier for me to read comments. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Let me post my link. As always, go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below and by smashing that like button, which is completely free. So let's go ahead and take a look at MMG. If you could go ahead and provide the smart contract for me, Ryan, that'd be freaking amazing, bro. Let's go ahead and see MMG. Which one is it? Is it this one right here, or is it Meta Mini Games? I'm assuming it's probably going to be this one right here, right? But go ahead and post a smart contract down below if you don't mind, please. Overall in the market, though, right now, it looks like everything's kind of slightly down. It looks like Bonk is finally taking a little dip. I'm glad I didn't jump into this because a lot of people have been getting hyped about Bonk, and I figured there was going to be some sort of retracement coming up. The thing that's been lacking a lot, honestly, has been any retracements in this market. I've been telling everybody how we've been due for some sort of retracement, specifically with Bitcoin. Seems like Bitcoin's still holding up pretty well. It looks like altcoins are slightly taking a little breather. And Pepe 2.0 overall hasn't really done much to begin with. But looking at the side of the DEX tools, we do see a few little tokens taking a small little dip, not too much. Original Pepe up 3.6%, Wojak up 16%, Dog down 6.1%, Ding down 1.1%, Bonk down 2.6%, and Pepe 2.0 being down 7.3%, Grok 2.0 down 15.1%, Grok 17%, and then Poly Doge up 13.7%. So it looks like overall the market is currently at a dip right now. It's actually quite interesting, right? Because it is Saturday. I don't know, it seems a little bit quiet on a Saturday, and it looks like the market just is not really doing much. Pepe 2.0 honestly has been lacking a lot behind. It looks like we're struggling to go ahead and break past this 20 million market cap. I mean, really close. All we have to do is just really go ahead and touch above 5702, and we're ready off to the races, right? But it looks like just the market has been playing overall. It looks like specifically, in my opinion, Pepe 2.0 really hasn't really done much. I mean, it has a potential, the ability to really go ahead and go up higher, but it just seems like it's not really doing much. I think we might have even lost a few holders actually. If we go ahead and check the holder count, let's see. Did we lose any holders? It doesn't show us. But it looks like KuCoin's top holder right now with MEXC, and then Bybit following by that. Honestly, Pepe 2.0 is kind of destined for some sort of run up, right? Right now, we're going to go ahead and just wait for a few more of you to go ahead and tune in live right now. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. And we're going to go ahead and talk about why I'm bullish on Solana, right? I'm just doing a quick little overview on the projects that we have previously talked. In the meanwhile, while we get more of you tuning in, looks like Grok 2.0 is slightly down today at a 15% dump at a total market cap of 563,000, right? Can this be the buying opportunity before the next pump? I don't know. That's a great question, right? Let's go ahead and save Beam, because I know Beam, oh damn, dude, Beam's about to approach a freaking 1 billion market cap as well very soon. Looks like a lot of these tokens are taking off, and a lot of them are just lacking behind, right? We really do need to go ahead and get the rest of the market up and running. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. Over 9 viewers right now, and only about 3 likes. So go ahead and do me a huge favor by smashing that like button for me. And if you are brand new to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button as well. Let me go ahead and start getting some Solana tokens out. I know Samo is one of them. It's really, really good as well. 50 million market cap. I mean, that's insane. A lot of these freaking Solana tokens overall are just going berserk, you know? Dinero, how's it going, my guy? I hope you're having a good one today. What coins are you bullish on under Solana ecosystem? So I'm glad you actually asked. I mean, as always, I know you've been in the channel for a while, but as always, it's for sure going to be bonk. I think bonk is definitely one of those positions I should say everybody should go ahead and have a leverage position on, meaning you should be hedged with bonk if you're bullish on Solana, right? I'm really, really bullish with Solana. I don't think the ecosystem's too wonderful in my opinion, but I was actually pulling out a few articles right here, and I actually want to go ahead and go over with all of you right now and give you my opinion on the reasons why I believe Solana is really, really massive and why I think Solana could be the next blockchain for a lot of these meme tokens as opposed to ETH. ETH tokens are kind of lacking behind, you know. I mean, Grok is struggling to go ahead and break past what 100 million plus market cap. The Pepes are not really doing too much. It looks like all the attention right now it's towards Solana, and everybody's talking about their airdrops and everybody's getting hyped up, and that's actually what I want to go ahead and talk about today. So if you are tuning in just now, go ahead and smash that like button. Saeed, how's it going, bro? Hope you're having a good one today. It's Ryan, MMG to the moon. Let's go. Dinero, what's up, bro? Hope you're having a good one. Happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're having a good one. Pete, I hope you're having a great day today, bro. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this stream now that I'm having a few of you tuning in right now. Really excited to go ahead and have all of you here today. So let's go ahead and read this article of what I actually, you know, came across, and another thing with Grayscale too. And then we're gonna go ahead and start talking about the place that I think you should go ahead and have some money invested. Some of them you might have already heard of, such as Bonk. I mean, everybody's been talking about it. We've been actually playing with Bonk since the last 2 months, making a boatload of money. Same thing with Beam, and now it looks like a lot of these bigger influencers are now picking up. So I want to go ahead and give you my opinion, my strategy moving forward, and what we should go ahead and avoid in order not to go ahead and get wrecked. Because a lot of people will go ahead and get wrecked during this sort of altcoin, you know, rally, or, you know, Bitcoin rally, whatever you want to call it, bull run. A lot of people are going to get wrecked. Trust me. There's going to be more people losing money than actually making money. So you definitely do not want to be one of those getting wrecked like the rest of, you know, other retail traders. So you definitely do not want to go ahead and miss the stream. So let's go ahead and get started. Solana price to go higher. Analyst reveals one simple reason. So what can that one simple reason be, right? So let's go ahead and read this right now. The euphoria around potential airdrops by projects of top Solana will push Solana price higher. So we've been hearing about this hype about Solana airdrops being dropped, and a lot of people making like literally thousands of dollars, apparently, from what Jacob says. You know, the thesis of Solana continuing. Let me go ahead and go back. I apologize for that. I don't want to click on the I said the tweet, or should I say the X post, because that's what it's like now, right? The thesis of Sol continuing higher is very simple. The network effect of seeing all these people getting 5 to 6 figure airdrops will result in a significant number of people buying Sol and bringing assets over to farm the airdrops. You need Sol to do this. Simple. Let's go ahead and read this simple tweet that he says. I actually haven't read this. Simple function of supply and demand. And that's literally one of the reasons why. I mean, we could go ahead and go in a little bit deeper. You know, FOMO. We do see FOMO kicking in right now. I guess there's an airdrop of JTO, and then let's see what else we could go ahead and see here. And then they're talking about the price rocketing of JTO and all this. So honestly, the reason why I believe, you know, Solana is going to be really, really big, and I actually came across this, and I've been telling a lot of you, right? I think as soon as we get the Bitcoin ETF, you know, accepted, I do believe we're going to go ahead and follow with Ethereum, and then we're going to go ahead and follow with Solana, right? I told you a lot of big institutional players are actually heavily invested into Solana. I'm not sure if it's somewhat decentralized. I know from what I knew, you know, a few years ago, Solana was like the most centralized freaking token ever. And for that reason, I already knew in my head that Solana was going to be the player that was going to be chosen to go ahead and pump to higher highs, right? And which is actually quite interesting. If you actually go to Grayscale, which is one of the best ways that you could go ahead and invest on a trust and put your crypto kind of like almost similar to, you know, investing into an ETF, as you would say, the price of Solana is $95 per share. I think that's how they count it, per share. And it's just, the Grayscale Solana Trust. It says overview: eligible shares are quoted on the OTC markets groups under the alternative reporting standards. Investors can buy and sell these shares through most traditional brokerage accounts at prices by the markets. And it tells you a little bit right here. The name of a trust, OTC, the ticker symbol, the kind of index, and it tells you a little bit more information right here, right? When it was actually, you know, started back in 2021, the management fee and everything that they charge, right? This is one of the best ways. Grayscale has been one of the, I think there's other, you know, institutions that offer this kind of, I don't know what you call trust. If you want to be invested into crypto with, I guess, a lower risk, you do have to go ahead and pay obviously some sort of management fee, and it tells you right here. 2.50% of a management fee. I'm assuming that's probably per year. But if you actually go ahead and see how high Solana actually went on this, it literally went as high as 202. And if you actually kind of zoom out a little bit, you see like some sort of cup and handle, major cup and handle pattern forming, right? I did mention that I do believe Solana will be approaching over $500 in my opinion, when we start getting this bull run market going, right? And the reason why is because not only are people very hyped up with Solana, but they're also very hyped on projects such as Bonk. You know, Bonk actually is getting really close to approaching a 1 billion market cap. Looks like right now a dip is actually happening, and I think that's because everybody got wrecked with all these influencers. These all big YouTubers are now talking about Bonk. You know, you're having, you know, channels with 500,000 to 1 million talking about Bonk now, and that's usually the time you do not want to be jumping in. Obviously not financial advice, but that's usually the time you do not want to be jumping into these Solana tokens or any token. Once these big influencers start talking about it, I would usually recommend you wait for some sort of retracement, because it will happen, right? And I've been seeing across a lot of these influencers talking about Bonk this, Solana, and I've been talking about Solana for the past 3 months, right? It looks like now the hype with Solana is coming. It looks like the FOMO is really kicking in. As I mentioned, a lot more people are going to lose money. They're going to get wrecked and make money, and hopefully you and I are the ones that don't get wrecked as bad, right? And with Bonk, with all the hype with Bonk, a lot of people are comparing it with it being the next Shiba, the next Pepe. So the way it works with a lot of these Solana tokens, same thing with Ethereum and all this, while the hype of Solana continues to run up, a lot of these meme tokens running on the Solana blockchain are going to pump ridiculously, right? It's like having a leveraged position. I mean, you're even seeing this right now as the dip is going on. People are taking advantage of it. Like they're like, oh, we're buying this. This is on sale. Like we don't mind buying this, right? I mean, look at this freaking 24-hour volume, $40 million of volume. We have, in my opinion, I don't even think we have really even declared that bull run. I think the bull run is really going to be declared at $45,000 Bitcoin. But you're already seeing the hype, you know what I mean? You're already seeing a lot of hype tokens, and it seems like Pepe are the tokens kind of falling behind. Grok as well, you know, Grok was freaking hot trending. It looks like the Solana space is now actually taking over with what is going on right now, right? So a lot of people are FOMOing into the Solana projects. I would say if you are bullish on them, I am bullish myself, and you are bullish on Solana, I would say your best bet, in my opinion, not financial advice. Obviously, this is a super high risk, high reward. But if you want to get exposure to Solana and you want to make more money than you would holding onto Solana, your best bet is jumping into meme tokens that are running on the Solana ecosystem. I mean, look at this, 700 million market cap, and then look at this other one, which is Samo, which I've traded that one pretty well too, at a 49.69 million market cap, right? So typically these tokens tend to move a lot with how Solana is doing. So Solana is doing really well. A lot of these meme tokens do like 4 or 5 times of that. It's kind of like almost in a leverage position. So imagine if Solana reaches the levels that we're talking about, $100 to $500. What do you think these ridiculous meme tokens are going to do? I know people hate meme tokens, but like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for what you like, or are you looking to go ahead and make money in this space, right? These levels are scary. I'm not going to go ahead and sit here and tell you that these are not scary levels to invest in. Like, who in the right mind would want to go ahead and jump into a token that literally has skyrocketed skyrocket, like literally percentages. Like this thing has literally skyrocketed over 132,000%, which I don't even know how much that is. I think that's probably like over 100x or probably 1,000x. I don't know. I think it might be like 1,000x, 1,300x. It's crazy, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. But obviously the attention's there, right? And with Solana becoming possibly, as I mentioned, $500 plus in this next bull run, I believe Bonk could be over a 1 billion market cap, right? And with that being said, if you go ahead and throw in some money into Bonk, a couple $100s, you have a higher opportunity and a chance to turn your couple $100s, a couple $1,000s as a leverage position towards Solana, right? Obviously, if Solana dumps, instead of buying it at $73 and you buy Bonk or Samo, you're going to be pretty much almost at as a leverage position, right? But if Solana does bad, you're going to lose all your freaking money. So this is the reason why you have to be very, very careful. I think the Solana hype is going to continue. I think this is the reason why a lot of these meme tokens are now, a lot of people are actually considering Solana inspired tokens, because a lot of people, it looks like the fade kind of went away with the Pepes, right? And with that being said, as I mentioned, I do believe some sort of ETF will be going on with Solana. As I mentioned, the Solana Trust right now on Grayscale is $95 per share. So this is definitely giving you a sign that, as I mentioned, a lot of institutional buyers are buying Solana. I know Grayscale is like one of their biggest holdings, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know where I could go ahead and find that. Let's see. I remember I had it out this one time and I was talking about how Grayscale, that was actually one of their biggest holdings, besides Bitcoin Cash as well, which is one of their other top holdings. And with Grayscale, like I as I mentioned, like institutional buyers are going to do whatever they want. So whether you believe in what I'm telling you or not, it doesn't matter. It's going to happen, right? It's going to happen whether you and I believe in it or not. See if I could find it, because I know they had, last time I went on Grayscale, it kind of gives me the information of how much they're actually holding on to. It's the same website. Let's see. View products. Probably view products now. Okay, so all these products that you see right here that Grayscale has to offer, these are all products that they're heavily invested in, right? So if that, you know how we talked about, you know, how a lot of you asked me like, hey John, like what do you think of this project? What do you think of this? Like what's going to be the next, you know, project that's going to pump like crazy? Well, you have to start looking into what a lot of these institutions are doing, right? It's really simple. All you have to do is just look at what they're investing in and then just pretty much, you know, copy them. You know, it looks like they're heavy in BAT token, basic attention token, Bitcoin Cash, as I mentioned. That's one of their second, as I mentioned, second top holdings from what I understood. There's this page, I just can't find it right now. Chainlink, you've been seeing Chainlink pump like crazy. Decentraland, we talked about the metaverse. Ethereum Classic, I mentioned in the past how I believe Ethereum Classics is going to be above $1,000 in my opinion. We have Ethereum right here, Trust, Filecoin. I don't know what Horizon is. Litecoin I think is going to be over $100 too. Solana, and then XLM, and then Zcash. So, you know, to not overcomplicate it, just look at what a lot of these institutions are doing and then just pretty much hold on to similar positions, right? Because it usually means that these institutions either know insider information that you and I don't know about, and they're more than likely going to go ahead and push to whatever they're invested in with their clients, right? Because they make money off of it. So if they can't make money for their clients, they're not going to be able to take advantage of that, right? But if they're able to go ahead and make money off of this and have their clients be satisfied and happy, guess what? Their clients are going to go ahead and put in more money. They're going to get new investors coming in, more people putting in more money, and that's a better benefit for them, right? And there's a few other companies. I think there's another one. It's called iTrust Capital, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check right now. Let me go ahead and read comments right now. I think it's iTrust Capital as well that does something very similar. Let's go ahead and read Meta Minigames. All right, we'll go ahead and check out Meta Minigames, low fees. Meta Minigames just dropped news that they are developing game in Roblox. All right, for sure. We're going to go ahead and check out Meta Minigames in a little bit. Give me 1 second. So this is another one, I believe. Another kind of institution, if you want to call them, where you could go ahead and have a retirement set up, a Roth IRA with crypto, right? And this is the reason why there's a lot of hype with the ETF, and people are getting excited because now traditional Wall Street is going to be able to have positions into, or leverage positions into, the market of crypto, right? For a lot of you that don't know, a lot of these financial advisors are actually not able to go ahead and buy crypto or trade it. I've actually met with a lot of financial advisors, and they always try to convince me like, hey, like, let's set up a retirement plan for you. And I'm like, yeah, but can you buy crypto? And they're like, no, we're not allowed to yet. And I'm like, yeah, dude. I was like, dude, don't talk to me if I can't be leveraging crypto, right? And so a lot of these financial advisors too are now going to be getting a lot of people, whether it's with their 401ks or their Roth IRAs, invested into crypto, right? So now they're going to have more exposure. So this is the reason why it's pretty bullish. And as I mentioned, a lot of these tokens that you see that a lot of these institutions are carrying, as you mentioned, look, I literally talked about a few right now, and they're even holding on to ALTCOIN, right? So it even tells you that institutions themselves are actually bullish on certain meme tokens. And literally, if you go from right here, from all the assets that they have available, we could just go ahead and say, safely assume that there's a high probability that they're heavily invested in all these tokens. And if you actually notice, let's say, for example, like Engine, it has to do something with the metaverse. They're invested in DeFi. As you see, they are diversifying DeFi as well. You see the metaverse as well. Axel Infinity still, Gala. What else? I told you about Bitcoin Cash, how Grayscale is doing the same thing. Stellar for payments. Uniswap, again, DeFi. I've been mentioning how DeFi is going to be very big as soon as we start getting more adoption into the market. And they also have Shiba, right? Because they understand that people love these kind of tokens, whether it's ALTCOIN or Shiba. So with that being said, as we talked about, this is the reason why I'm showing you, like, I'm showing you this with Solana overall, and I'm showing you with what tokens are more than likely going to be pumping as well, right? Because these institutions are going to be investing in what's going to make them money and their clients money. So you're almost, I don't like to say guaranteed, but you almost guarantee that that these tokens are going to perform well, because they probably have insider information, right? So with that being said, with all that information that I just said, this is one of the best ways you could go ahead and look for projects that I guess are safer besides the meme tokens that we talk about. But you see that they all have holdings on Solana, right? And this video, as I mentioned, it's titled Why I'm Bullish on Solana. Well, that's the reason why, because a lot of institutions are heavily invested, and they're putting a lot of money into the Solana ecosystem. And I did mention that Solana is one of those tokens where it's super hyped up, in my opinion. I feel like Solana doesn't have anything special to offer, but yet people love Solana for whatever reason. And with that being said, whether we agree with something or not, whether you believe Solana is bullish or you don't think Solana is going to do $500, well, I don't know what to tell you. That's kind of a personal problem at that end, right? It's like, do you want to go ahead and be right, or do you want to go ahead and make money and make money for yourself and your family, right? Do you want to go ahead and bring in that extra cash? And the way you do this is just by keeping it very simple, as I always mention. Let's not go ahead and try to look for the next revolutionary freaking technology. Sometimes I feel like a lot of people try to focus too much on the technology side of things, and they despise other tokens such as Ethereum Cash, Ethereum Classic, because it's a fork of freaking Ethereum. But you have to go in with the mindset of what retail investors are going to do, right? So a lot of these retail investors, they're going to be jumping in as soon as we start getting more bullish momentum coming in, and we're already seeing it. You're going to be seeing a lot of people talking about the bonks, about all these the SAMOs, all the Solana inspired tokens, right? Right now we're hearing the talks about people turning thousands of dollars from airdrop. So what is that going to do? That's going to bring in more awareness to Solana, causing the price action to Solana to pump, and anything relying on the Solana ecosystem, whether it's Bonk, whether it's SAMO, there's a whole bunch of freaking Solana tokens that I don't even know of, honestly, and we're going to look at those together. Maybe we could do some research. literally all those are going to go ahead and pump as well, right? As I mentioned, if Solana could go to a price target of like $300 to $500 and above, best believe these meme tokens are going to go ahead and follow. I mean, these meme tokens, the bonks, are already surpassing the Groks and the Pepes, which are running on Ethereum, right? And you also have to consider, as this bull run continues, guess what's going to become more expensive? Ethereum gas fees. I've already saw a few weeks ago where I had to pay for a transaction that I was moving, swapping like probably $20. I had to pay over $40 of gas fees, right? So what does that also mean? That means it limits the kind of people that could go ahead and jump into the token. And not everybody could go ahead and afford, $100 plus of gas fees when they're entering a small position of $100 to, like, let's say $50, right? That's why we had Binance, the BNB token usually pump during when Ethereum fees get really expensive, right? So go ahead and go base back on what we've seen from previous bull runs. What usually happens? Ethereum fees go through the freaking roof, right? So there's going to be less people, in my opinion, not as many people, or at least a barrier to entry on the Ethereum network, which is going to go ahead and I don't want to say slow down, but you're going to go ahead and see more movement going to Solana, because not only is it more hyped right now at the moment, institutions are pushing them, and the fees are very, 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 very non-expensive at all, right? The fees are like very, very minimal, and that's what's going to also attract more people, meaning a lot of people that maybe can't afford the gas fees for Solana, because eventually I'm gonna do the same, right? If I'm trading on DeFi and I let's say I'm trading with the $300 position and my gas fees are $100, do you really think I want to go ahead and enter a trade on Ethereum? No, I don't, right? Because now you're talking about not only do you have the problem of getting, MEV bot freaking attacked, but now you have the problem of having to pay very, very expensive gas fees for a position that you might only barely be profiting or breaking even in, right? And that's where a lot of people, it's going to be like the big players are going to be playing on Ethereum tokens, and like the smaller people, like the small guys, are going to be playing on the Solana and the Binance, right? But most specifically, I think most of the attention is going to go into Solana. Typically, last bull runs, we saw that usually the attention goes into Binance tokens as soon as the fees start to go up very, very high on Ethereum. And then I believe now, because of this FUD going on with Binance, we probably might not see the same hype with Binance yet until we go ahead and kind of settle down to see what's going to happen. But I feel like all the hype is going to go towards Solana, right? All the Solana moon boys are really, really excited that Solana is getting the attention that they've been waiting for. And for that reason, I'm very bullish on Solana overall. As I mentioned, this is solely my opinion. None of this is financial advice. This is just based on what I'm seeing. I just showed you, a few articles of what other people are looking at, how they're feeling, but you also do not want to go ahead and get wrecked, right? Because right now, I feel like there's a lot of euphoria in the market, and a lot more people are going to lose more money chasing the hype of Solana, but there also comes the opportunity for you and I to make money, right? I believe there's still going to be plenty of room for a lot of these metaverse tokens. Yes, there's going to be a barrier to entry, which could be good and bad for both of us, right? Maybe you might not want to go ahead and pay those very crazy gas fees, but that also means it's going to limit people into wanting to jump into the Solana projects, right? And also, because the attention is all going towards these tokens, we could be focusing on looking for the next 20 to 30x, right? Which could be anywhere between RFD, Wall Street memes, Pepe, Wojak. While everybody's getting distracted, you and I are looking for the next alpha, right? So don't get distracted by this shiny object. We're going to be hearing a lot of talks about Solana tokens. I'm going to ride the wave. I wish I would have started earlier when we were actually trading them. My channel probably would have blown off a little bit more. But I didn't, you know what I mean? I was like, I'll just do it some other time, and I just never got to it. But we are seeing that a lot of these influencers are doing that, right? So do not get carried away. Do not go ahead and start rushing and start FOMOing into everything Solana. I think right now you should go ahead and wait for some sort of retracement. We'll do some TA right now, and then we should go ahead and start looking for Solana tokens together, right? Maybe we should do that like every other day or every stream, and really focus on looking for the next Solana meme token that's going to pump. Because right now, Bonk is a freaking dog inspired token, but Shiba's not really doing much. Doge is not really doing much. I know they had a little pump, but they're not really doing much, right? So right now we need to focus on our attention, and that's why right now we're seeing over on the market a kind of a decline on a lot of these Ethereum tokens. We're not really seeing much action, right? We're seeing a lot of these tokens lag behind. As I mentioned, Pepe's lagging behind. I think Pepe 2.0 is super lagging behind, but that also means that's an opportunity for you and I to make money, since everybody is getting distracted by the shiny object, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at meta mini games. I apologize for that. Let's go ahead and take a look at meta mini games and then talk about that, and then go ahead and feel free and continue to go ahead and comment down below. Let's go ahead and read some questions real quick. Wado, what do you think of Pepe 2.0? Is it going to 30s or will it stay at 40s? We'll do some TA right now on Pepe, bro. I haven't done it. Black Ranger, how's it going, my guy? Mike is fixed. Awesome, man. Hope we can go ahead and do a collaboration, hopefully next weekend. So let's go ahead and talk about meta mini games, because this is a token a lot of you were shilling me. If you do want to go ahead and show any tokens down below, go ahead and comment the smart contract down below. And I do want to go ahead and mention that any of the tokens that we're talking about today, I'm no way endorsing, no way affiliated with them. This is just alpha that is being spread with the community. A lot of you have given a lot of alpha, such as Tillery, you know, Glenn, Dabmaster, Ryan talked about Ding early on. Black Ranger talked about Baby Grok when it was like under 1 million. That thing's over 15 million. So definitely go ahead and enter at your own risk. All of this is high risk, high reward. 80% chance you might lose your money, 20% chance you might make money. So be very, very considerate when it comes to any of the tokens that we're talking about. Many of them, I'm going to be honest with you, I might not even invest, but that's just because I always encourage all of you to always invest in whatever you're comfortable jumping into, right? So I'm not going to go ahead and sit here and try to convince you why you should buy into tokens. I'm just going to go ahead and give you my idea, my opinions, my information, my concerns, my pros and cons, and then you can go ahead and come up with your own conclusion of what you want to go ahead and do, right? So it says, welcome to Meta Mini Games, the blockchain arcade. So it looks like it's some sort of arcade, free to play our games casually. Can we play any of the games? Let's see. Clumsy Pepe. Can we play Clumsy Pepe? Let's see if we could actually play this. Oh yeah, we could. Oops. Music's a little loud, so how to... Oops, hold on. I don't know what's going on. I don't like that music. I apologize for that. Let's see. How do you play this? Okay, you got to click with the keyboard. You guys remember this game? It was called Flappy Bird, I think it was called, and they ended up deleting it on the Apple App Store like years ago. And I remember people were selling this game for like thousands of dollars. Like if you had this game downloaded it on your iPhone or iPod or iPad, like people were buying this thing for thousands of dollars. It's kind of crazy how such a simple game like literally can make you so much money, right? Okay, yeah, that's enough with it, but it looks like they do have some sort of working game. It looks like they're kind of playing off with the narrative of the metaverse. I know this game, you're like, John, you know, this is nothing too crazy. But see, the thing is, we don't have to go. Sometimes some of these games don't have to have revolutionary technology in order to go ahead and convince you that it might do something, right? With that being said, currently sitting at a 75,000 market cap with $22,000 of liquidity, locked for 22 days. I would go ahead and say, you know, just keep your eyes out on this, see how it does in 22 days, how much that liquidity is, and if there's any kind of dumpage going on. Currently sitting at 230 holders and $2.23 thousand of volume. Volume is actually quite low. This thing was created back in August. So the fact that it was created back in August and not really seeing much action, I don't know how I feel about it. I hope they're working on some things behind the scenes. I mean, honestly, these games to go ahead and make, they're not really difficult. I'm sure a lot of them are just copied and paste. But it looks like there are actually now going to be heading on to Roblox as well, right? So we're going to go ahead and see how they go ahead and keep up. As I mentioned, just go ahead and put this on your watch list and just see how it transacts. I mean, it's at a $75,000 market cap. You could even risk as low as like $10 to $100 and just let it sit there and then see what it kind of does, right? When it comes to a lot of these tokens that look really, really sketchy and kind of scary, these are usually the tokens that you want to go ahead and throw in some sort of risk, right? Whether it's $20, $100, whatever the case is. If this thing does pump and approaches the levels of over $1 million market cap, you're going to be making some really nice returns. And not only that, but it does look like supply is at 100 million of supply, right? So the supply is actually pretty low. So if we do approach, let's say 1 million to 2 million, the token is definitely going to go up in value by a lot. So it's something just to go ahead and consider. As I mentioned, maybe it does pump with the whole entire narrative of the metaverse, so definitely be considerate about that. As I mentioned, I do believe that the metaverse hype is going to continue this next bull run, and also the AI hype with the DeFi. So I think right now overall the tokens that you should go ahead and focus on would be anything related on DeFi, such as Uniswap, any Pancake Swap, Cake, any of those tokens that are related to swaps or pure DeFi, whether it's staking, whatever the case is, those kind of tokens, you have those. You have anything related to AI, talking about like Telegram trading bots. Those were really good. I think that's going to be a good exposure when the bull run really kicks in. Anything in regards to AI period, even if it doesn't have a working AI solution, I think if the hype continues, that thing's going to pump up. And anything related to metaverse, right? So if the metaverse does take off and Gala makes new all-time highs and goes back to where it was previously, there's a probability that Meta mini games could also go ahead and do the same thing. Why? Because of the name Meta. And that's really why you want to go ahead and capitalize on these hypes early on. It looks like it's up actually 50% per the day on the 24-hour volume. So this could be one of those plays that you could go ahead and throw in a few dollars and you know, risk something. I wouldn't say, when it comes to tokens like this, I wouldn't throw in no more than like $100, just because you just don't know which one's going to be the player. And if you're diversifying your money, you could jump into 10, 20 different projects with $100 or even $50, and now you have a higher chance of probably, you know, quadrupling your money plus more if and when we get this bull run started, right? Cardano meme coins are next, bro. Yeah, I agree with you. We have to talk about those too. I know Cardano had about 20, I think like a 20 or 30% pump. I think it was like 2 days ago or yesterday. So yeah, Cardano is definitely going to be one of those. Maybe also anything in Cardano DeFi space, right? Albert says, Pepe too soon to the moon. I hope so, bro. I really hope so. Billy says, let's freaking go. Gonna be at work, but I hope the stream is good. You have a good one today at work, bro. Hope you're having a good day today, and hopefully you cashed out on your bonk position, man. Black Ranger says, I'm watching Grokky Inu right now on BNB. Can you go ahead and provide the smart contract for Grokky Inu, bro, please? Black Ranger. Dwayne says, hey John, do you feel we will see a final dump before the big pump? Yes, 100%. I do believe we will go ahead and see some sort of dump. It actually looks like it's somewhat starting right now. Typically what we've noticed is that when the market's kind of red, we usually see Pepe 2.0 pump. Pepe 2.0 has been dumping overall. I know, I think it was Albert that asked about Pepe 2, where we could be seeing Pepe 2 going to, where we could be actually seeing, where we could see Pepe 2.0 heading to is what I meant. We're going to go ahead and talk about that right now, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Pepe 2.0. I'm honestly not too happy where things are going with Pepe. I'm going to be straight honest with you. We did actually find this area of support, broke right above it, retested at these highs of 4,998. And as I mentioned, I did say that I wanted to go ahead and see Pepe 2.0 fall above this or break above it and hold above 4773, right? And it looks like right now we actually ended up touching that, falling down below and retracing back down to another area of support. So I'm hoping that this thing is just really consolidating and rocket. I mean, we just saw that giant green pattern, you know, print, and now we see another dump. So I'm really hoping we could go ahead and see some sort of either consolidation right here and then break above it. And then as soon as we go ahead and see that, I think we are going to be a little bit more bullish on Pepe 2.0. I think right now I don't want to say we're extremely bearish, but we are at critical areas, right? Because we do see that Pepe 2.0 went as low as 40088, and this was just a pure liquidity grab, right? They grabbed the liquidity, they pumped the token, and then they faked a lot of people thinking this thing was going to finally break out to the upside to the 5280 and above, to that 10x that I mentioned, and then they did another fake out right now, dropping it on the market. And then considering the fact that right now the market overall is kind of red, it doesn't do any better, right? It doesn't do any better that right now the market's kind of slowly taking a retracement, and Pepe 2.0 has been lacking by a lot, right? I think some sort of breakout is going to be happening soon. I already expected the breakout. I mean, I was expecting the breakout to happen right here back in Wednesday, and I also expected the breakout to happen here on Friday leading on to Sunday. Doesn't mean that by tomorrow we can go ahead and see Pepe break above 4733 and have this coming up week as a pump. Doesn't mean we can't see that. But right now we are at this area of support, and I just hope a lot of these whales do see this a lot as a buying opportunity and start loading up, because a lot of people are too distracted right now with the groks, and right now specifically the bonks, right? And that's why a lot of people, in my opinion, are going to lose a freaking boatload of money because they're just jumping into what is going on with the hype, right? You wanted to jump into bonk and what we've been talking about since we were talking about it around November. We were literally talking about bonk right here. We were trading bonk at this breakout. Like, we literally were trading bonk since over here, I believe, since early November. We were trading all these breakouts, and we made a boatload of freaking money all literally right here, which I wish I would have made videos, but I didn't. We just talked about it in our live stream. We made money all right here. We literally made money if you were trading with me on those trades that I was leverage trading on using MEXC, because you could actually go ahead and leverage trade bonk and SAMO on MEXC. And you can actually go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below. So go ahead and do that if you want to go ahead and support me. And specifically, go ahead and smash that like button for me, right? It's completely free. And we were actually talking about bonk during these areas right here, right? Now we're having all these big influencers and YouTubers and everybody talking about bonk right here in Solana. I think I've been saying for the longest that we need bonk, or Solana in general too, to go ahead and have some sort of retracement, right? So if you are watching this right now, don't FOMO in. Obviously, this thing could continue to rocket. I mean, we saw some red right here, and then we just saw a breakout to the upside because a lot of people were shorting Solana and shorting bonk, and it just continued to push to the upside, right? But I think, in my opinion, we should go ahead and wait for some sort of retracement. Hopefully is at around a zone, whether it's right here or down right here at the bottom, where we could go ahead and safely enter, because I'd feel a lot more safer entering bonk right here again, or at these levels right here, which I'll actually give you the levels with Solana, right? Typically when it comes to TA, I like to go ahead and do TA on Solana, because that's what kind of determines a market overall, right? If Solana takes a dump, bonk's going to do that times like 5. And if Solana pumps to new all-time highs, bonk's going to pump like over 100 to 200%, right? But you are seeing these massive big buys. But back to Pepe 2.0. In order, we need to go ahead and see us hold above and break 4733. And in order for us to be more bearish, where we could be continuing to newer lows, it is breaking below 3882, right? So if Pepe 2.0 does fall below 3882, there's a high probability we could be approaching the high threes. And I think right here is going to be very critical, and the most bearish thing we could be seeing Pepe dump an additional 50 to 70%. And I do think if we do see this kind of movement right here where Pepe touches the 3882 and dumps down below and people panic and get liquidated, I think the dump will be very quickly that we could be approaching that. And in my opinion, I think Pepe 2.0 would be officially done with. In my opinion, I think if we do approach those levels, unless there's whales literally trying to push this price action down to get this cheaper price, we could have a quick retracement all the way up. But the probabilities of that are going to be kind of a little bit medium, right? Because if we dump all the way down and the dump does get bought out, there's going to be a possibility it might go ahead and slowly consolidate, pump back up, touch up again. And it doesn't mean it can't happen, but it's going to take us a lot longer, right? It's going to take us a lot longer than what we expect. So it's probable that we could dump down to 3016 and hold this area and then try to break back up and come back up. Yeah, we could go ahead and do that, but it just means it's going to be more of a consolidating period for Pepe 2.0, which ideally for me, I wouldn't want to go ahead and see, right? Because we've been holding this level at around the low threes for a while, right? We've been holding this area literally consolidating in a zone for about 32 freaking days. So for over a month, we've been holding in this area. So if we lose the 3882 and below, it's not going to be looking too good. Literally everything that we worked very hard for, we lost. So I wouldn't want to go ahead and see us break below that. And that's the reason why I would be extremely bearish if we were to go ahead and fall below those areas, right? Because consolidating for over 32 days to go ahead and lose everything, it's freaking ridiculous. Imagine, well, I mean, not imagine, because we're actually going through that right now. Imagine waiting, or actually we are doing that. Just think about consolidating for freaking 1 month and then having the freaking token dump 70% dump. You know how pissed off a lot of investors will be? While everything else in the market's pumping, Pepe's pumping, Wojak's pumping, and Pepe 2.0, the one with the biggest potential And the most hype, in my opinion, compared to those tokens, compared to Wojak, takes 32 days to go ahead and give us a disappointment of a 70% dump, right? People are going to be very, very pissed, and they're going to look for another token. So if Pepe 2.0 wants to continue to take the lead with the Pepe tokens, they need to really go ahead and push this price action very, very soon, and hopefully we could break above the 4733 to be back in the bullish territory. Right now we're in a neutral territory. This could be the buying the dip opportunity before the next 5 to 10x pump, which I believe could be happening very, very soon, or this could be the last time we see Pepe at these levels, and Pepe 2.0 might be done with, right? And that's something we have to be very, very careful. And this is the reason why I always say, you know, only invest when we're willing to lose, and most specifically, only buy what you feel comfortable buying into. I also did talk about some sort of liquidities actually being unlocked in 11 days, which is 6.04 of the liquidity. 6% of the liquidity is being unlocked in 11 days. So hopefully this is not a major freaking dump. If this is something we have to be very, very critical of, and something I'm definitely not looking forward to. I think it's about 17 trillion, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be unlocked, which I don't know how much that converts to. So if any of you know how much that converts to, go ahead and comment down below. But it tells us right here. I'm assuming this is a trillion. So I would definitely like to know how much this is going to unlock to, and I hope we're able to go ahead and cash out, or we have a pump before that, right? Because, you know, 8% of liquidity being unlocked it's actually quite a bit, right? And it could be a couple million, who knows? And if the liquidity is being unlocked and the developers don't have the best intentions, and we follow with a December dump that a lot of people have been talking about, it's not going to look too pretty for Pepe 2.0. So just be on the lookout for that. About that liquidity being unlocked. I mean, we're seeing the bots buying in now. We saw this massive dump. You know, a lot of these bots, these traders, scared off everybody by dumping the market, and now the whales are going to come in and then start buying up the market. Look, $2,000 buy, $1,000 buy, $1,500 buy, and this is from these two are from the same wallet, right? They did over a little bit over $4,000 buys right here, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is the same person with another bot over $1,500. So this is what they like to go ahead and do. They like to go ahead and push the price action down, making other new investors and newbies scared of Pepe 2 or any of these tokens. Goes with every token. They dump it on the market. People panic, people get liquidated, people get scared, then they go ahead and start buying up all the freaking dips, and they start freaking taking advantage of it. As it's going up, making new all-time highs, retail investors start panicking, and they start FOMOing in, and they start buying the freaking tops, right? So most of the people that are buying tokens, most of the retail people that are losing money are the people that are buying right here at these tops, which is definitely not you and I, right? Because this is the reason why we keep up with this information, and we're aware of this, so we won't be the people buying the tops. And then we have all these whales offloading their tokens at the top right here, selling them. You and I, that's when you and I are selling them, and then most retail investors end up losing their bag. So when they see another additional dump like this, where we just saw right here pump and then we saw a dump, they panic. They're like, you know what, this token's playing games, I'm going to go ahead and sell. As soon as they sell, the big whales start buying in again, and they're going to go ahead and begin pumping it, making Pepe pump because it's being heavily shorted, and then people are going to FOMO back in, pushing the price action up even higher, and then it's going to be a rinse and repeat where most people are going to be left buying the top by the time they find out, and then the token dumps 80%, and it's going to be a rinse and repeat pattern, right? And I think this is something that's currently going on also right now with the Solana tokens. I mean, look, SAMO's down 21%, which is actually quite a bit. If you were leverage trading SAMO, you would have gotten freaking wrecked. You would have gotten freaking wrecked, right? And what's going on right now? People are getting greedy. People are hearing all about bonk hitting, you know, high market caps, or hearing all about this. And as I mentioned, most people are going to get freaking wrecked. They're going to go ahead and liquidate a lot of people, wreck them out, and buy their position at a cheaper price. So be very, very careful with that. Let me go ahead and read some more comments while we're at it. Let's see. Dabmaster, what's good, bro? Hope you're having a good one today. But yeah, Dwayne, overall, I do believe we should be seeing some sort of final dump before we have a massive pump. And then we'll go over with Bitcoin again today, right now, and see how the DXY is doing for us. Dabmaster, GM Fam. I think we already have GM Fam here now. Let's see. Oh, we don't. Let's go ahead and see what GM Fam is doing. Hope you're having a good day today, GM. Sorry, GM. Dabmaster, I mean. Hope you're having a good one today. So GM fam up 30%. I think this was a token you said that was heavily invested by Cetify, right? This is actually some crazy alpha. I believe we were under a million market cap on this token. I did mention that there is a massive cup and handle pattern forming on this. We're actually seeing that form right now. So this is freaking insane. Looks like another breakout's about to happen. I mean, look at this. This is almost like textbook pattern right here. Ideally, we would like to go ahead and see a break above right here to go ahead and confirm that this is a breakout to an upside. So you could be seeing GM fam actually pumping a little bit over 100% in the next couple hours or couple days, right? So 1 million market cap, $338,000 of liquidity, 7.96 thousand holders, almost about 8,000, and about $71,000 of 24 freaking hour volume. So volume is actually quite low, but it does look like a lot of whales are actually looking to go ahead and buy this up. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this token is listed on MEXC. Let me go ahead and double check for a lot of you. I think it might be. I'm not too sure. I think they might have spot. Oh, they don't. They don't. So definitely when they do go ahead and get that, I do think this is going to pump even higher. From my understanding, I believe Dabmaster told us that Cetify is heavily. Oh yeah, look, even this guy said it. Get some GM fam while it's low, guys. It's a meme coin with utilities backed by a C fund. So I'll definitely go ahead and be making a video about GM fam. Comment down below or put the smart contract of any content that any of you want me to go ahead and do. Just literally comment down below. If you want me to talk about GM fam, if you want me to go ahead and talk about Solana, if you want me to talk about any of these freaking tokens, go ahead and comment down below, right? What's the advantage to that? Well, the advantage to that is not only do I go ahead and have more ideas to create more content, but if you're really bullish on a project and the video takes off because it starts picking up, that means you're pretty much pumping your own bags, right? You're literally pumping your own bag. So not only does it help me create content, but there's a possibility that if the token does begin to take off, it's going to get more exposure, right? It's like literally paying for marketing for your own freaking token. Look at it that way. And plus I get free content ideas from a lot of you, right? So I'm definitely going to go ahead and start making some content on GM fam. And I do think that this is going to be really big, in my opinion. It does look kind of sketchy, but it does have big players in the game. And as soon as they start getting listed on these bigger exchanges, I do think that this token is definitely going to go ahead and approach new all-time highs. So be on the lookout for that. They do have about a 68 trillion of supply, so kind of a little bit on the higher end, not as high as the Pepe's, but I would like to go ahead and see if they come up with a burning mechanism. That would be really cool. Inspirational Land, how's it going, my guy? I remember he told us about Chirply. Can you go ahead and post the smart contract down below, please? It got deleted on my end a while back. Dabmaster says I'm smoking a blunt. GM fam funded by Cetify. MetaMask only. Beam almost hit 2 cents. Nice, bro. What are you smoking on, my guy? Wojak is doing an NFT. That's why they are running. Ah, nice. Maybe we should buy some Wojak NFTs, right? Maybe we should. Maybe we should, but see, right now it looks like there's somewhat of a buying opportunity. I believe, who was it? Let me try to remember. I try to remember all of your names. Like I'm actually pretty good. I'm surprised I remember all of your guys' names. So I'm actually quite impressed with myself because yesterday I went out to the bar and I was talking to these 3 girls and I completely forgot their names. I was literally talking to them, got their names, and I forgot their freaking names throughout the whole entire night. Like I didn't even know their names. Like turned out to my buddy and I was like, and he's like, hey, what's your names? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I forgot. I'm like, I literally forgot. So it's a good sign that I remember all of your guys' names. I appreciate you a lot. But who was it? It was Dwayne. Dwayne told us about refund too, by the way. Dwayne told us about refund. And I think this thing's going to do some sort of reversal like this too. So right now there's a lot of tokens. And I think right now with, as I mentioned, repeating myself again for all those that are walking in or, tuning in that are brand new to the channel, you don't need to overcomplicate any of this. It's really simple. You just need to start looking and paying attention to what's going on around. And I believe refunds did some like buyback burn or something like that, over $1.34 million in volume. Doesn't seem like they're listed on any major exchange if I can remember. And what's going on with this is that actually Dwayne gave us some alpha on refund, and I mentioned how there's a possibility of this thing literally doing some sort of U reversal, and we're actually seeing that right now, right? It pumped over, I think, 100% in the last 2 days, if I'm not mistaken. So this is what you want to be looking for. So like while everybody's like panicking and FOMOing into bonk and losing their money and losing their money on Solana and all this, if you're trading them, especially leverage trading them, you start looking at the tokens that nobody's really wanting to touch, right? No one wants to touch refund, bro. Like, let's be honest. I really doubt there was that many new holders, right? Look, it actually decreased of holders, meaning that probably most people, like, you know, their wallet from them being down like 99% probably went up slightly. They ended up selling as soon as it went up. But you know, taking risks like right here at $100. I don't know how high the market cap was. I know this thing was pumping back in May during the time with all the Pepes. So if any of you know what was the highest market cap, let me go ahead and know, comment down below and let me know what was the highest market cap at the time. But yeah, it looks like in the last 24 hours, the market cap / volume actually increased by 153%. So there's hype in there, whatever's causing it, as I mentioned. Yeah, so it actually went up a little bit higher. It was over 90% down, and right now it's only down 70 something percent. So it went up slightly over 37% a day. I think it was actually a lot higher though, as I mentioned. And they are on MEXC. They don't do futures though. They don't do futures, but they do have spot trading on refund token for MEXC. So if you want to go to support the channel, make sure to use my MEXC link down below. Really be super helpful for me. But yeah, a lot of alpha from a lot of you. Thank you, inspirational land bro. Great to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a cool minute. I'm glad to see you here today. Let me go ahead and share the token right now. Dadmaster says you could buy them Wojak NFTs with meme coins. Nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Wojak NFTs and see how those are doing. 21 million market cap. I mean, that's freaking insane. I mean, their volume's at 776. This thing's having actually a breakout. Not financial advice, but we should probably be considering to load up on Wojak and probably do a leverage trade position. Not financial advice, but it's actually looking pretty juicy to jump into a position on Wojak. Let's go ahead and see what their NFTs are going for. Art collection dropping Monday midnight. Our goal is to create a collection that feels unique, innovative, while staying true to the original Wojak character. So Wojak video coming soon. No, you can't just accept meme coins as payments for NFTs. That's pretty cool. You think they'll have a collaboration with Harry Potter? Milady too. That's pretty cool. I wonder how much these NFTs are going to be going for. Yeah, I can't find any information about it. Thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate you. Not out yet. The NFTs, I think, are in a couple of days. Yeah, I think it comes out Monday, it looks like. Looks like Monday it comes out. Let me go ahead and put the smart contract again. Copy. Chirply. This is one of the alphas that was given by Inspirational Land. He told us about this a while back. I think it was something to do with like AI influencers, like a marketplace for influencers utilizing AI, if I'm not mistaken. So this thing's actually pumping too. This thing's coming back up. Let me go ahead and double check what it was. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was something with AI though. Look at the small influencers of this world. So much to give, so much to share, but so little help to make the most out of it. And I guess their way is like a marketplace for influencers. You get to go ahead and create an account, and it's a peer-to-peer one-on-one influencer marketing for micro influencers. So all it takes is one click, I guess, and influencers could go ahead and make money. It's actually pretty cool. I should probably go ahead and create an account. That would definitely bring in more revenue, right? More revenue to buy more freaking meme tokens. So it's about 10% fee for the brand and a 10% fee for the payout, influencer cash out, 5% fee paid in Chirpin token. I don't know exactly what all of this is, but I'll go ahead and give this project a try. If you want me to go ahead and do a video on Chirply, go ahead and comment down below. And I'll definitely go ahead and do a video on GFAM. I'll do a video on Wojak. So I have a lot of freaking work this weekend. Like, frick. That's good, though. That's good, because at least now I have ideas and I know what to do. I think, honestly, the hardest thing as a content creator, in my opinion, it's sometimes running out of ideas, even though there's plenty of freaking ideas. But the thing is that sometimes you have to focus on what makes clicks, right? And I could be talking about a subject that nobody cares, gets 0 clicks, but as soon as I start talking about a topic that people might like, I get more clicks and the, you know, the account reaches even more people, right? So it's always choosing a between a line of two, right? And unfortunately, sometimes a lot of these projects, people just don't care about them. When it comes to being a smaller influencer like me, it's a little difficult when you start making videos about projects that people don't know. Because it doesn't get the same exposure, right? But if I talk about, like, let's say if I start talking about like the Solanas and the Bonk, you're probably going to see an increase of people coming in, right? But I'll definitely go ahead and make a video on Chirply. I'm going to try it out too. I think it would be really cool for me to try out and see if I could, if that platform could be useful for me. But they are actually listed on MEXC as well. They are actually on Spot. So if you want to trade the if you want to support the channel for free, go ahead and sign up using my MEXC link down below. No KYC. Takes less than 3 seconds to create an account. Currently, I am in talks with a VPN company as well. I know a lot of you have been asking me about VPNs, which one I use that I prefer to use. Right now, I'm using Proton, but right now I am actually looking to go ahead and partner up with a VPN company. So we should be having some sort of deal for you guys coming up very, very soon, hopefully this week or next week for VPNs. And I'm looking also for other exchanges, right? So if any of you that, you know, work with exchanges or know anybody that works with exchanges, go ahead and tell them to go ahead and reach out to me. ALTCOIN John. I would definitely like to go ahead and partner up with more exchanges. I was kind of having some issues with MEXC. I'm not going to go ahead and lie. Some liquidity issues. I got kind of wrecked. But apparently this is super, super common when you're leverage trading a lot of these tokens. So I just want to go ahead and diversify and have options, right? Especially the ones that are no KYC definitely do help, but it's very, very limited, right? And that's why, for me personally, I love MEXC a lot because of the fact that you could leverage meme tokens with like 200x leverage, which a lot of these exchanges don't do. And I feel like that's kind of like MEXC's specialty, right? It's like the super degenerate, freaking risky platform, in my opinion, because they're willing to go ahead and provide higher leverage to a lot of these exchanges. But dude, honestly, like when I'm trading on MEXC, like my orders, sometimes I have issues with them, right? I reached out to the support team, which they're very helpful and all that, but it's just something that they really can't do. It's probably because there's a lot of people trading into the platform. They're seeing like a volatility of increase in the platform. And I've actually started noticing that, like, literally once we started getting this pump, right? So that's why it's really, really important to be diversified and have different exchanges, because sometimes exchanges do have issues when they're getting like new signups and they're not able to keep up, and it does mess up their servers, right? And when you're trading this, you don't want to be having those kind of issues, right? So this is the reason why you should be well diversified with exchanges, whether I promote them or not. But with me, I do have a few exchanges, but nothing when it comes to leverage trading besides MEXC, right? So far, this is the only platform that I like because they do the meme tokens with leverage, which is super degenerate, but that's what I like about them. But yeah, you could go ahead and buy Chirply on MEXC. So if you want to support me, go ahead and use my link down below if you want to buy Chirply on that. Let's go ahead and read some more comments. Sonic partnership coming soon, like the restaurant Sonic. Not sure yet on the price. Yes, bro, do a video on Chirply. I will share it with the community. All right, 100%, bro. Give me some alpha down below, or reach out to me at ALTCOIN John on Twitter and let me know with any of the projects that any of you want me to go ahead and show for you. go or make a video about or give my opinion on a recorded video, go ahead and message me at ALTCOIN John with the project you want, the smart contract, the charts, and give me some alpha. Like tell me like why it's pumping, right? Whether it's exclusive partnerships coming soon, for example, Wojak having an NFT releasing, whether it's a buyback burn that not that many people, you know, talk about. As I mentioned, not only does it help me create more content, but it also helps you kind of pump your own bags as the video takes off, right? Like if my channel takes off and the video does really well, that means more people are going to get exposure to it and your bags might go ahead and pump. I don't know. Let's see some more questions or comments. Dadmaster says the best NFT alpha I can drop is buy small NFTs, hold till Christmas of 2025, 0.098 ETH will be worth over 1.5 ETH. Yeah, definitely have to go ahead and load up on those. Let's see if we can go ahead and check those out on OpenSea. They're pretty cool NFTs. I know you showed me. I want to start doing some giveaways for the community too. Like maybe some NFT community giveaways would be pretty cool. And the thing is that usually with a lot of these NFTs that are like, let's say running on Solana, on Ethereum or any of these big blockchains, typically when the token goes up, it's kind of like a leverage position as well, right? It's really cool characters. Definitely have to go ahead and grab me one. How much are they? I think they're going for $300, right? 326, yeah. 326. Pretty cool. I like this one right here. Dark Farms 1 is an artist and he is followed by the major NFT artists and projects. Awesome. Thank you, bro. Better to talk about what will change people's lives than talking about coins everybody's are talking about. Thank you again. I agree with you, bro. I think it's better to go ahead and provide these higher risk plays and have an opportunity of actually, you know, making life-changing money to some of you as opposed to talking projects that are already super high. Like Bonk, in my opinion, is not going to freaking make you life-changing money unless you're leverage trading it or unless you have a boatload of already freaking money, right? So that means you already made it. If you have an account with like over $100,000 plus that you could throw into one project alone and still have money to go ahead and play with, then you're in a different category, right? Yes, you're better off throwing your money into Shiba, Pepe 2.0, or not Pepe 2.0, Shiba, Doge, Bonk, and all Solana, because they're already a higher market cap and you have big money, right? If you have big money to play with and you could throw in $100,000 per project, like 5-10 projects, then yeah, I would go to the safer place, right? Why would I go into the super risky ones, right? Because if you think about it, you throw in 100,000 on a lot of the projects that I just named, Shiba, Doge, what is it, Pepe, all these other tokens, they're almost guaranteed a 10x when the bull run begins. And that's probably the highest it will go, in my opinion. A 10x max, 15x on a lot of these tokens like Shiba and Doge. And they're not going to make life-changing money to the little people. You know, if a person's putting in $100 or $1,000, a 10x is what, 10 grand? It might be life-changing to some, but you're better off putting $1,000, spreading out your money into these super degen plays that we're talking about, such as, you know, the Solana tokens I just talked about, Chirply, whether it's Pepe 2, Grok 2.0, where you could go ahead and spread your few $1,000, turn it into a few $100,000, right? That's where you want to be a little bit riskier. If you have the big bucks, yes, stick to Shiba, stick to Dogecoin, stick to Pepe, throw in 50 to 100K. If you could do that, then yeah, I would focus on that. But if you have a couple grand to your name, whether it's 50,000, 30,000, $10,000, and you're trying to flip your money, you want to be a little bit more on the higher risk, in my opinion. You know, a little bit more of a higher risk. As I mentioned, depends on your situation in life, but that's when you want to start throwing your money, you know, whether it's a couple $1,000s into a little bit more of the degenerate projects, like as I mentioned, anything in the metaverse, anything on AI, anything running on Solana. Spread your money and you're almost guaranteed to make $1 million in the next bull run. Chirply is solid. I agree with you. GFam needs a video. They will be announcing utility next month. Awesome. That's the one. Saeed says Pepe 2. You want a video on Pepe 2? 100%, bro. Got you on Pepe 2. But yeah, everything's looking pretty good in my opinion in the market. Nothing too much to go ahead and worry about. As I mentioned with Pepe, the critical areas we need to go ahead and be on the lookout for. Hopefully we could go ahead and see some sort of reversal coming in. It does look like we are struggling at the area of resistance at the 4467 though. But hopefully we can go ahead and see the market kind of flip on us these next coming days. I do think Monday is going to be a pretty bullish day. I think next week is going to be super bullish, and that's just because the stock market actually is up. Typically the stock market doesn't go up on a Friday like that, doesn't end on a green on a Friday if there isn't bullish news, right? So it does give us a sign that there could be some sort of bullish market coming in this week. We do see right now the DXY slightly going up. It's what it looks like. Let's go ahead and see on the daily. Yeah, it looks like some sort of reversal is coming in. So hopefully we can go ahead and get rejected around these levels soon at the 104. But the DXY does look like it's coming back up. Bitcoin's kind of still doing its own thing. And then overall in the market, it looks like it's now it's coming back up. It looks like people are buying the dip, taking advantage of it. So hopefully we can go ahead and have a good day of the week. I mean, today's Saturday. For many of you, maybe another day, Sunday, Monday, depending on the time you're watching this. But a lot of alpha was given on today's video. As I mentioned, if you want me to go ahead and talk about anything else specifically, feel free to reach out to me at ALTCOIN John on Twitter, and also feel free to go ahead and DM me. It could be anything crypto related. It could just be anything how your day is going, whatever the case is, or you just want to go ahead and share some alpha. Go ahead and reach out to me at ALTCOIN John, and I will go ahead and get back to you. And besides that, yeah, I think this is a time we should all be focusing on helping each other out. Look for plays before the big players start coming up, right? Because there's a lot of money still being left out that people are not looking at. And there's a lot of tokens that people are not paying attention to, right? So our goal is for you and I to look at these tokens before the big influencers start looking at them, right? So by the time the big influencers start talking about them, they're pumping our bags and we're dumping on the retail investors, right? On the ones that are coming into the space. Unfortunately, that's how it is. This is how this market wins, right? The people that are making money, there has to be someone else losing money and vice versa, right? So literally the way crypto works, it's usually by the time when everything's pumping and everybody's grandma and freaking aunt and uncle are trying to jump into crypto, they're usually the ones left buying the freaking bag, right? They're our exit liquidity. So as harsh as it sounds, that's the reality of the truth. We do not want to be exit liquidity. We want to be providing that liquidity. And with that being said, let's go ahead and focus on looking for more alpha for these next streams. So when a lot of these bigger influencers start talking about them, you and I are cashing out our bags, making money, waiting for that retracement. FOMO kicks in, dumps, we buy the dip, and then we sell again, right? It's a rinse and repeat pattern. And yeah, definitely looking forward for next week and expect more content coming very soon. Make sure to go ahead and keep your head up, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch all of you later on today or more